Hello everybody, my name is Ilya.
And my name is Tyler. Together we make up Kovray, a couple that loves to play board games.
And we love dancing.
Yeah.
To music.
Yes. Yes, we do.
So today we wanted to talk about games that have a music theme. Part of being in this hobby is that recently there's been so many new fun themes that have just traversed the lands of all tabletop games. And it's really cool to see more and more themes emerge that you typically wouldn't see in games before.
Yeah, it's very exciting because like we try to do is we try to make it so that everybody can find a game that they're really going to enjoy. And one of the things that really helps people grasp onto a game is theme. So when you have a broader range of themes, and not to poke fun at like space or war games, but there are a lot of them. So when you branch out to different themes, you make games more accessible, more welcoming, and that is what we love about the hobby.
So if you love music games or music in general, maybe you've come to the right place because we're going to tell you about 5 games that have a music theme that you can enjoy with your friends and family.
Exactly.
Now, the order of the games that we thought we'd do is based on the complexity of the game.
Yes, I think so. I hope we do it right. This is our judgment, our personal opinion on it.
So maybe there's some controversial complexities in here, so if maybe that's something you can weigh in.
Yeah.
Shall we kick it off?
We shall.
So we're going to start off with On Tour.
Wow.
So in On Tour, you're planning a tour, and that's very, very exciting. And you're either heading to USA or Europe. The way you'll do that is by rolling 2 10-sided dice, and then you're able to fill in spots based on the regions that come out on the cards. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to create the longest line of increasing or decreasing numbers, basically.
Yes.
They don't have to be in a row, but they have to not be consecutive, but they have to create the line.
Ascending or descending.
Ascending or descending. Exactly. And basically, whoever has the most successful tour, whoever has that longest line that's able to create it, and there's some various points as well from specific cities that you'll visit. Yeah. That person will win because they have the best tour.
Yeah, there are like extra ways to get points, like placing on the exact city that comes up, because each card will have a region and a city, which will be on your map. And then obviously there are roads that connect already that exist within the map as well. It's really fun to have to manage like the 2 different numbers because you're combining them. So if you have to write 82, you also have to write 28, and then you have to hope that you can maybe connect 82 to 28 eventually down the road. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It also plays up to 8 players.
Yes.
So that's really exciting. If you're looking for a game that encompasses everybody and plays fairly quickly as well because everyone's going to be writing the same numbers, then On Tour may be the game for you.
Second game we're going to chat about is called Big Easy Busking. Woo woo woo. And this game is 1 to 5. There is a solo mode in this game. And essentially what you're doing is, well, busking. You've got I want to get this right, a drummer, a trumpeter, and a saxophonist. What's the right word for a person who plays the saxophone?
Just a saxophone player.
A saxophone player. Okay. Regardless, there are 3 band members that you're essentially managing, and you're trying to learn your own songs while also performing in certain areas. It's got like this element of area control, almost bidding, I want to say, type movement, but there are rounds, and progressively as you go on, you'll play these songs, choose to take your tokens back so that you can use your artists more, or leave them into the area so that you can try and claim control over that particular card. Throughout the whole game, you'll be able to pick up more songs, so you'll be able to perform more. And it's this nice like back and forth between all players of trying to grab or really use all of the cards in your hand the most effectively and manage your resources so that at the end of the round, you hopefully have all of your tokens out on the board and you're ending up just having to pass.
You're trying to win over all the crowds.
Yes.
And that's the really joy in the game, is playing different songs to different crowds, trying to cater the moods in each of the crowds. Because if you play with the right mood, then you have opportunity to get re-energized and kind of get back up there and play more songs. But I really love the color scheme of this game. It really brightens up your day, and you really do feel like you're in the heart of New Orleans.
Yep. Yeah, it's bumping. Big Easy Buskin' is bumping.
It sure is. Now, up next, we're cheating a little bit because we're going to talk about an upcoming game that is not yet released. And that is...
Ovation.
So, in Ovation, you're trying to become the best classical composer out there. And what this game, the mechanics this game has, is really engine building and almost contract fulfillment, because you're trying to essentially acquire some resources, which is inspiration tones in this game. So you drawing from inspiration, and then using that inspiration to perform various masterpieces.
Yes.
Throughout the game as well, you'll gain patrons that will support your cause. You'll gain fortune to support your action. That's the engine building aspect of it. And hope that by the end of the game, you will score the most legacy points and secure yourself in the Hall of Fame for the classical artists.
Yeah. If you want to learn more about Ovation, we did a how to play video and a review video, so you're welcome to check those out down in the comments below. But this game is a lot of fun. Exactly what Ilya said, is an engine builder. It's pretty close-knit, like tight, but also at the same time, it's very easy to pick up. And like most engine builders, you start off slow, and then or as you progress through the game gets more and more tight in the decisions that you are making. And it's always fun to have like a race for some of the goals that are the public goals that are out there, while also trying to perform all of the cards that are out there in order to like combo off and get yourself the most points.
Will you do it? Hopefully. Concerto.
Ovation.
So the game we want to talk about next is Come Together. Right now. I always want to do that anytime we talk about this game.
I mean, because it gives off the Beatles vibes 100%.
In this game, you'll be building your own music festival. It is a worker placement game, and what that means is you'll have little workers you'll send off to do various actions. Now, the way this game is played is really clever because you'll be sending workers off to different areas to get some immediate effects. But then you can also choose to activate the location. And when you activate the locations, your workers grant you even more bonuses from those locations. So it's kind of like a timing aspect, because the more workers you put in, the more you'll get out of there. But if all of a sudden you see somebody going in for one location, you probably want to go in there as well so you can get in some of the action. So it's a very vibrant and almost thematic in a way, because you just want to be part of the music festival crowd and see where people go. But at the heart of it all, you're building your own music festival. You're trying to attract artists to the stages. You're building a nice campground that people can enjoy, luxurious food assortments that you have, a lot of other various amenities that make a music festival experience fantastic, and hoping to score the most points through proceeding in 4 various tracks.
Yeah, a lot of the actions that you'll end up taking will, like Ilya said, have that long-term effect, where when you do activate the area, you get to move up in those multipliers. And those are a lot of fun to even just like try and get as far as you can on all of them. My favorite is the newspaper stand one, where you can kind of it gets a little bit messy because that one is specific to every round, and you've got to make sure that you move that one up enough to either get the benefit or not suffer the penalty of not bothering like advertising your music festival. And the other thing is that there's different types of music that come to this festival. So you've got like rock, country, jazz. I'm probably getting the topics, like the exact labels wrong, but there's
psychedelic music.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of different music genres that they've included in this that you have to be like wary about, because the people that you bring to your festival also have certain music tastes, and they'll only be able to attend one of your stage performances if you're matching, and that's sometimes a high tension point, because you've got to be able to like balance that.
Yeah, you don't want to show up in a festival and be like, how did I get here? This isn't my taste at all.
Yes, and they've just like tossed in like these small notes of like, headliners and openers and like local bands and stuff like that. It just really it really is a fun worker placement game that yeah, we've quite enjoyed.
Has a great theme flowing through it, in and out. And that is Come Together.
And last but not least, our fifth music game that we want to talk about is Lacrimosa. I think we did this right. We went from the lightest to the heaviest, and I believe Lacrimosa is the heaviest.
It's definitely the heaviest by physical weight.
You could maybe argue that Come Together could be
The heaviest?
yeah, but regardless, Lacrimosa, this is a game themed around Mozart, and, well, I guess themed around the death of Mozart, because what you're doing is you're taking the role of like a prodigy or a patron of Mozart that is trying to finish his requiem. And you're going to do this by a map that you're actually going to be traveling around. There's like a music sheet that you're going to have to place certain instruments on to help finish that. But the neat thing about this game is the actions and how they work. It's essentially a deck builder with an action sequence to it, and your cards have a top and bottom. But when you go to place them, you have to choose whether or not they're on the top or the bottom. And then from that moment determines the actions that you're able to take. Now, the best part about this deck builder is the way you get more cards is essentially by paying a price and discarding another card. So you're never going to have to worry about having to filter through your not so great cards now that they've been upgraded. And then the other thing is there's this battle for like area control, I want to say, with the music sheet. There's a lot going on in this game, a lot of different mechanics, but in the area control, you basically want to try and be the most in control of a certain piece of the composition so that you can then score the most points because you'll get like a larger multiplier. And then finally, you'll be traveling around the map. And the best part about the map is there's a bunch of different actions that you'll be able to pick up, use right away, gain the resources that are on them, or hold for end game scoring. So then you can kind of like push towards a certain goal after collecting these said goals. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot going on in this game. It is a lot of fun. And the great part about it is even though there's a lot going on, the action sequence makes it flow so smoothly, and it just, yeah, cream of the crop kind of thing.
I do think it's definitely the heaviest and the most complex out of the bunch, even now here.
Now that I'm talking about it.
But in general, it also has such a beautiful presence. Like, it feels really deluxe in a way, I guess.
Yeah.
And the theme is really cool because part of it is kind of going to the past and recounting all the memories of Mozart's life, but part of it is really working to finish his requiem. So there's a lot of different strategies you can take to score the most points, and it's always interesting to see kind of which route everybody pursues, because everyone can really do a different take on it, and or potentially dabble in a little bit of everything. There's so much to explore in this game, and it's just incredibly well done.
Yes, exactly. And that is Lacrimosa.
And that's our music games.
Yay, music games. We were trying to think about all the other music games that we have, and it is a limited number of games.
Yeah, there's sometimes instruments or bands, but never where the music is like the central theme and the core theme. So if we missed any that you really enjoy, please let us know, because we love music-themed games. And for our question of the day today, what would be an interesting theme around music that you would like to see a board game in? So I have a topical one. I think my game would be around selling tickets and making sure that everyone has the best seat at the concert.
Okay. So like a contract fulfillment type thing where you're
Maybe
like, this person wants to meet these goals and you have to
Or
sit
maybe
them
you're
there.
trying to destroy the scalpers so they don't sell the tickets for too overpriced, and you're trying to, like, I don't know.
I like how mine was pleasant. It was like, yeah, where would you like to sit? What are your
Well, we don't want the scalpers
and you're
to get
like,
all
no,
the tickets.
scalper, no.
Exactly. So something maybe around that. What about you?
I think it would be very interesting to I don't know how it would work, but almost like a Guitar Hero type game where there are maybe like almost like a contract that you have to complete by having a certain like set of notes or something, and then you go around the board collecting them, and you're just racing to try and like finish the epic saga song that you were trying to rock out to.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's very fun. There's so many. You could learn an instrument. Maybe learning a guitar could be a game.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it would be cool just like to have it like order would matter in it, because if you play the wrong note,
That's true. But you don't even know what notes are coming, maybe.
Maybe not. Who knows?
Secret spooky. Push your luck.
Oh.
Well, let us know what music game you would like to see, what theme you would like incorporated in that music genre. We'd love to hear in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video,
give us that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you're new here, because we make a weekly board game content and we love talking about games.
And Tyler's announcing his debut album.
Debut. That's what my album's called, obviously. What better name? My debut of debut.
Get it on Spotify now. Have a good rest of your day, everybody.
Bye.